You guys, I've done it again. I just can't help myself. Stephanie is a genius, so here I am testing another one of her patterns. For this one, I heard of LaRue Crochet because I test crochet with her on the obtuse shawl, and she does some incredible Pima cotton. And I love cotton. And I mean, out here in Texas, a cotton tank top is where it's at. I'm always burning up at the racetrack, and my husband's color is purple, and so I've decided to make this totally racer theme. We shall see how it goes. I am sitting down for the morning and finally getting to watching Grocery Girl's 100th episode. And what notification do I get? My yarn has just arrived. It has been on pre-shipment. Oh, I started this video and I had air conditioning on. Oops, sorry. I had been on pre-shipment forever, and then now it's like late last night it said that it was in transit. And then now this morning, it's here. It's freaking magic. Okay, so one of the most valuable things for the designer from the tester is to get accurate yardage. I did notice that on these hanks, they were not marked with any kind of weight, and it was just the specific yardage. But also, even if you do get ones that are marked, that is kind of just an average, and each skein could always be different on weight. So you always want to but you always want to weigh your yarn to know exactly what you're starting with, and you'll be using the same scale at the end, so you'll have a more accurate measurement also using your own materials. So I went ahead and did that, and also gauge. I am always much different in gauge with Stephanie. For some reason, I have to go down a lot of hook sizes to match her. So I went ahead right off the bat and went to 2.75. Still wasn't enough. So the pattern calls for 3.25 millimeters, and I went to 2.25 millimeters, which I guess isn't so bad. I'm on a roll now, though. have reached the moment now where I get to join the shoulders and then start doing the body in the round. Hey! Are you excited, Tamale? Are you excited for my tank top? Yeah. I wanted to try it on to see like what it would look like. It's kind of hard. Like, I need to put these in my pocket or something. Oh yeah, that fits. Buns, hon. Okay, so these thingies would be probably on the shoulders here. I don't know how that looks or is gonna be. So I ended up having a pool day and didn't make a whole lot of progress on this, but I wanted to say that I am trying to do this right. And I never do this because I hate dealing with yarn management. But like I said, I'm trying to do it right. So I am going ahead and alternating my skeins as I go. I have just got through joining and I'm hoping that I have the right stitch count here. I'm actually even using a stitch marker so that I know what my very last stitches that I want to get into so I don't confuse it from turning. So I just got onto my new one and I wanted to show y'all. It's upside down, but this is it. Hopefully that's in frame. So yeah. That's how we're doing here. I just have to do this body for a period of time and then I can get to the waist shaping. So this is where the meditative just keep crocheting comes in. See y'all at waist shaping. I have been doing a Lord of the Rings marathon. Well, we started with Hobbit and then on to Lord of the Rings. So this is my project during this. Sorry I was not in frame yesterday, but I think that I've gotten to the point where I can actually do some waist shaping now. It's supposed to happen like right at the lower bust. So want to see? I decided to try it on. I would say that I did the body and the join for about like 16 rows. Ooh, I kind of look like I got a muscle there. I don't know how, because I'm not working out enough. Anyway, that's kind of like where the bust is. So I think I can waist shape for a little bit. Well, it'll waist shape and then I'll get to do like the middle till the hip, where the hips go out. But it's really cool. This thing is really cool because it's reversible like inside out and reversible like front and back. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. And so I have been also alternating my skeins still. I don't know when I'll go into the third one, but I don't have like any floats or anything. I'm good. The only floats that I had were here on the sleeves, but there's going to be a border, so you won't be able to see it later. I did also notice that, oh wait, the border's in the neck part, or the floats are in the neck part. Gotcha, okay. But I did also notice that one side of my tank top is thinner. This might be it. Because all of them were pretty even, but one of them was a little bit thinner. I'm hoping when I block it that it will block out And I mean, it's not that big of a deal. The ruffle's probably going to cover it. And obviously, even when you look at it now, you can't tell that much of a difference. I am liking the purple though. So, I'm doing pretty good here. I haven't hit any mishaps. I think I had, okay. Yeah, I did hit one mishap. It wasn't in the pattern. It was my own doing. And this is a great tip to, well, I'm using this stitch marker now to not lose my stitch, my live stitch, but always mark the first and the last stitch, or at least the last stitch that you need to stitch into, because it's very hard when you're turning back and forth to designate that spot. Decipher the spot? You know what I mean, right? Like to see it and not miss it. So I accidentally added one into the slip stitch, I think. And that's the only thing that I did. So I did a little bit of frogging. It was only like one row, I think, on some part. But that part I was like, for one stitch, I cinched it in for one stitch. I decreased that. And nobody will ever know. It's right there on this side. I mean, you can't tell. And for the sake of the test, one stitch is not going to affect the yardage too much. So I'm good with it. But I would not suggest doing any modifications in any tests ever. So don't think that I said that just now. Anyway, on to the movie and back to crocheting. I got mad dog hair on this thing and lots of panting and air conditioning background noise, but I've been working on this thing for days. Oop, my bad. My finger went in the way. I've been working on this for what feels like forever. The body seriously feels like a lifetime. I have about another 1.75 inches probably to get done. I swear I was on 10 inches for forever. So let's see here. If I could do this one-handed. I might have to bring my shoe into it. No. Let's see here. If we can do this. Well, you can't tell. I'll try and show you in a picture. But hopefully I can get it done within the next day. You can't tell really that this is the seam side, and I have been alternating every round. Look how much yarn I still have. It's still quite a bit. I think that I'm not gonna alternate for the ruffle. However the ruffle ends up is whatever the world wants me to have. But my favorite thing about Stephanie's designs are the shaping. She really knows how to accentuate a woman's body. I mean, look at that curve. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I am to the position of like really struggling with my arm and having to just do a stitch here and there wherever I'm at. Like my wrist is just horrible. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to put a compression band on my hand. It's just tough because I'm trying to keep a very tight tension, which is great because it'll make it less see-through, you know, and more of a fabric. But it will still maintain its drape because of the fingering weight. I normally try and like basically compete against myself and try to get my best like record timing of making garments. But this one is just having to be a like slow and steady, enjoy the process. I have been enjoying watching the yarn and all the different purples and the little specks of it. I think the cotton is gonna feel incredible. It is already up to like feeling like 102 where I live. So, I mean, that's another reason that is keeping me from stitching too much because it is toasty out here. As you can see, I do have my compression wrist thingy on. It has been through some life. I could use to probably get a new one, maybe a more updated version. I do also have like one of those, I think you get them from the doctor. They're like a little bit metal here and they almost look like whenever you went skating and you had those wrist protector things. I probably need to sleep in that for a little bit. They say that women tend to like really clench their hands when they sleep. So you really want to try to keep your hands more open when you're sleeping. So, I don't know. I'm really struggling. Apparently I'm struggling videoing too. I usually hug a pillow as I sleep. So this is like my travel pillow, and this is what I hug when I'm in the hotel. There's really no reason why I should be rushing. I looked back through the email and the notes, and I see that I am totally ahead of schedule. By June 8th is when I should have completed the yoke. I'm obviously well past that, and it is June 5th. June 25th, I need to have the body complete, and I'm like an inch away, I think. And July 8th is when I should have the tank completed. So I really am hoping that I can get just the tank done, take some fun pictures, and then just to have like a variation to see what it looks like as a tank, because there are separate testers in this where half of them are doing just the tank part and half of them are adding the ruffle. I had to have the ruffle, so I'm on the list of adding the ruffle, and that's when I'm going to do my big racer themed photo shoot, and I sure hope that it comes out. I'm really kind of looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually currently at the track that I plan on doing it at. It's about 7 minutes away from my house, so that's pretty convenient. And I have to have the notes in by July 13th, so I have plenty of time. I'm sure usually I procrastinate when it comes to the blocking and the photo time and wait till the last minute to get all that done, but I do usually go crazy and make it all because I'm so excited to just have the thing. But I don't let myself wear it until I've taken the pictures. Okay, I also forgot to mention earlier, the way the decreases are in here. I wonder if I could make it, if I could show you in camera. Okay, so if this shows up, you might be able to see where my decrease is, because I didn't say anything about it, but we got to chatting in like a private Zoom call, and the stitch that we use on here for the decrease is not listed as a description in the pattern, and so she corrected that. So now whenever you get the pattern, it will be listed in there on how to do the decrease. But I did like a lump decrease instead of doing each stitch individually, so it becomes like separate bars. So mine are like more bunched up together. But when it's one full sweater, you can't tell. I'm the only one who knows that. And it doesn't affect the full picture. So that's that. That shaky video did not help you very much, and I'm so sorry that it may have made you sick. But so I thought that I would do like a closer look. Can you see that? Right there. That is what I mean, where it looks a little bit chunkier, but you could have 2 bars here instead of one big lump, the way that I did. But nobody knows except me when it's this far apart, or far away, I mean. I'm good with it. out for a bit. I also decided to leave the 3 ends out from doing this edging, just in case I want to attach to do my ruffle. Well, mostly this one, to attach to do my ruffle. And I don't know, just in case. And I can tuck it in, it's no big deal, for some in-between pictures of what just the tank will look like. I did have it kind of in a shady area, but I ultimately decided to push my pergola awning back and let it just be in the sun. Hopefully it doesn't like fade the cotton. It's not going to be that long, but I just am in a rush to get it dried. And I feel like it is happening pretty quick because it feels like 90 degrees out here in Texas. So yeah, I'm excited. I ended up deciding not to pin it down, and I think it's okay. It'll be okay. You can really tell that I kept such tight tension. Yeah, I'm excited. Yes, you watching over my yarn? Guard that finished make, buddy. Okay, so I didn't do my makeup. Sunglasses for the win. I put on some swim bottoms and I have my little tripod, and I thought maybe I'll get a little picture right here at the pool. So we'll see how I do here. What angle should we do? We'll see. Good morning. We had some snags in the ruffle part, but looks like Stephanie has worked whatever magic she needed to, and I get to be back on it and get this done probably today. I do know that this project, it's like, since I have to keep the tension so tight, that it does take me longer. So it might be a 2-day thing on just the ruffle. I don't know yet. We shall see. What else did I want to say? There was something else that I came on here to say. Oh yeah, so yesterday was actually the day that we should be complete with the body. So I mean, I'm definitely ahead of schedule still, even with setting this down multiple times and having a lot of life and other commitments going on. We get like a 7-week time frame for testing, which is ample time to be able to still keep your sanity. This ruffle has been no freaking joke. I keep on frogging and redoing. Poor Stephanie is probably sick of me. we've never really had a test encounter like this because she's always perfection, but at least it's just the ruffle and not the like whole tank. So since it's so many stitches, I think that the direction is actually right, but I'm missing a count somewhere in there. So I am pulling out these split lock stitch count markers. They're actually called stitch count markers. That's exactly what I'm going to use them for. Counting stitches, because it's like 300 plus stitches. No thank you. I'm tired of counting. All right, I frogged it all again. I'm starting back at square one, round one of the ruffle. Hopefully this is the last time that I have to do this. Oh man. Y'all, I dealt with this thing. I wanted to burn the dang thing last night, and it's my own fault. And I'm sitting here giving Stephanie a hard freaking time. Like, I don't know, I can't figure it out. You know, like, I lost count at how many times I retried starting this ruffle. By the way, this neck light here, I got it on Amazon. It has two sides too. And then like also the strength, and then you can also change like the glow of the light. There's a button back here. There's like a cool light, a bright light, and a yellow light. Okay, so I think that I've finally made it. And I think what I realized is that I missed a stitch in the first round. And it's very close to the very end here. Because it was like I was getting one end that was right and the other side was not right. So I missed the stitch at the end, and that's what you have to put in for an increase. And now I should be good. Now I should be smooth sailing. I will have 21 rounds of this ruffle stuff, and it goes up to I have 18 rounds, and it goes up to 490 stitches. But after this ruffle is done, I am done with this project, and I'll get to do my really fun photo shoot. We didn't go to sleep till like 3 a.m. last night from the races. So I had to wash my hair last night, and I didn't feel like drying it when it was that late. I was tired. So I've slept in this towel, and I have yet to take it off to see what it even looks like. It's 10:30 right now. My schedule is so wild. Anyway, I gotta get this done. I have a gazillion other projects to do, so this needs to like be done so that I can just wear the thing and forget about this commitment. I love you, Steph, but you know, I have another test to do with you too. Well, I have officially finished 2 hanks of yarn. This is where the join is, and then the opposite side is, I guess, the front, if I wanted it to be, because the join is not on this side. And this is where I have to add another hank. I have like 7 more rounds, I believe. The ruffle does take some time, but I am so thrilled. We hit some hiccups with different numbers during this ruffle time, so I was a bit frustrated, but we did work it out, and that ruffles everything. It is so worth it. Also, I forgot to mention before, when I blocked this, I felt like leaving it out in the sun was probably a bad idea because it kind of made it feel cardboardy. But I did end up wearing it and taking pictures by the pool, you know, so it was pretty toasty, so I sweat a bit, and then it loosened it up and it doesn't feel cardboardy anymore. I mean, it's very slinky, like any cotton would be. It's really nice. It feels fantastic, actually. I don't know what the difference is in the cotton and the wool as far as stretch goes, because a lot of people are getting way more boobage than I am. But I love it so much. It's so good. There's a dog that is crying. Sorry, but I have reached the last few stitches of this ruffle. Oh my gosh. My arm is gonna thank me for being done with this. Excuse me. But I have thoroughly enjoyed watching this ruffle develop. Every single round has just made me smile a little bit more. The tank top is just incredible, you guys. It is probably the slowest tank top that I've ever made, but I mean, the fit is superb, and you know, like, Stephanie just makes the most incredible designs, and the ruffle just really takes it to the next level. I could not miss making this ruffle. Okay, time to snip it off. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Ooh, let's take the stitch markers off. Oh, I took one off, obviously. Let's take the other one off. Oh my goodness. Also, Stephanie has been making me get more comfortable with using stitch markers. I really hate taking that time to put it in there, but it's so worth it. Look how luxe that is. Oh my goodness, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Ugh. So, it did use quite a bit of this last hank. Let's see how much I really do have left. I mean, this is in comparison for the real one. The full one. Okay. That's what's so cool about working off the last little bit. Like, I can just wind it right up. I love it. have a little fan going on back here. I hope it didn't pick up the noise because I turned the other air conditioner off. I've been struggling with noise issues. So I'm gonna take the little band and also wrap it around this one. Maybe I should weigh it first. I just want to show you all the difference of how skinny it is in comparison. Like that. Okay. So now it's time to block it. I'm gonna measure it first. Even though I already blocked the body, I'm gonna measure it. And this time I think, because I'm not getting like a cleavage that I want, so I think that when I dry it, I'm gonna dry it on a hanger and maybe it'll give it some sag. Isn't that ruffle so cute? I was concerned whenever I first blocked the tank, and since I left it out in the sun, I didn't know what kind of discoloration I was gonna get with the cotton, and also I didn't know, well, when I picked it up, it felt rough and cardboardy. So I don't want to dry it in the sun again. I think I'm just gonna dry it indoors, and I have plenty of time, a couple weeks before, well, probably a week before I need to get my pictures done and notes turned in. So I can afford a few days to let it dry. And also I did not alternate skeins on the ruffle. Right now I'm not seeing like a real severe line, but we'll see when I take pictures. And I really didn't care if there was going to be like an extra pizzazz in the ruffle, because it's not like a flat surface like this, the body is. It's like wrinkly, and so it kind of gives it a little bit more depth to like the ocean anyways, if it were to have a line in it. I don't know what more to say about how amazing it is. Honestly, now when I look, you know, I know that this tip right here is where my joins happened. But honestly, I can look and be like, I could wear either side as the front or back. It's no big deal. Oh yeah. And they only, all of it's pretty much extended single crochet, except like the edging is single crochet. And it's so funny when you jump from all these extended single crochets to the single crochet. It's like my hand just forgets, like I don't have to do that extra little loop. But I just love it. I just love it. It is a commitment to make this project, but it's so, 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 so worth it. I hope that y'all make it and enjoy it just as much as me. Okay, I am loving the way that the ruffle sits now that it's blocked. I decided to let it dry on the hanger. This time I'm not gonna let it dry in the sun because I felt like it gave it a cardboardy feel while it was drying, and I want the slinky feel. So I feel like if I let it hang dry, that maybe I'll get a chance to have some cleavage like all the other testers. But I just love that ruffle. Also, I did notice pre-blocked, although it's not really pre-blocked because I already blocked it once. I feel like it might have shrank in the sun some. So I probably could use to pin it out a little bit, but it is what it is. That might be the difference in doing it in cotton or merino wool. It's a messy closet background, but I had to try it on before doing any kind of photo shoot or weaving in my ends. Oh yeah, there's so much junk in the background. I still don't have the cleavage, but Maybe if I shut this, it won't be such harsh light. Yeah, there you go. This ruffle is just adorable. I am getting ready for my glow up. What? I would probably have these photos done already if I weren't waiting on my husband to do this racing theme thing. Since so much time has passed, he's already sold one of the cars that I really wanted to do it with, so now he has another car. Well, he's had it. I was planning on doing it with both cars, but he still has his other car, and it got a little messed up. So he's had to do some repairs to it before we can go get it running and take pictures with it. And it's been super hot, so they've been changing their schedules to where they work on it at night and not during the day. And, you know, between having to get parts for it, it's just taking longer than planned. But if he doesn't get it done today, I'm taking pictures anyway. And it is what it is. But fingers crossed that it all works out. It usually does. Okay, so we have arrived to the track. My husband has to do like a few laps to get his car worked out since I just did some repairs on there, and I have to set up like my tripod stuff, but hopefully we get some good shots. Now that we're all sweaty and the light is about out, look at this magical sunset. God, that's glorious. I don't always feel like I have everything that I need, like that I have all the pictures or the videos that are perfect. Like I usually only need like one or two really, but I go for a little bit more, not a whole lot more. That makes me have to make too many choices. But I just always have that feeling where it's not complete, and I think that might just be an artistic thing. But usually in the end, I'll look back later and I'll be like, Oh my God, it worked out so perfectly. So yeah. And that's a wrap.